like Mr. Miyagi. Today, I want to talk to you about looper pedals. Not specifically this one, but this is the one I'm currently using. Now, over the years, I've had a bunch of these. Not specifically this one. I think I've had one of these, the RC1. I had the pedal one, this with the drums in it. I had the bigger one, the RC500. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I had the Pictronics, that Infinity, whatever, the Ditto Looper. I've had a few of them. So, why do you need one? Let's start with the truth. The truth of the matter is, anybody that would tell you that you don't need one, I would seriously question that person's influence in my life. That's just negativity that you don't need. Why would you need that kind of negativity in your life? Wash that out of there. So, okay, I guess they're gonna have a sneezing contest behind me. I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. That's what they do all day long. Big dangerous pit bulls. So anyway, cool things about looper pedals. Do you not have somebody to jam with? Get a looper pedal. Do you want to practice your solos? Get a looper pedal. Do you want to use it do you want a songwriting tool so you can create sonic landscapes of, say you're playing a G chord here, explore different G chords that you can play, or different, different triads, different whatever you want to layer, you'll have this. You don't need all the big crazy stuff with all the drums and all that stuff. Right now, again, this is the RC1. It was like $100 at Guitar Center. And I think I had a coupon, so it was like, with tax and whatever, it was like $100. So there's a million uses, maybe not a million, but there's still quite a few legitimate reasons to have one of these on your board. And again, look at that. As you put it there, I don't know if you can really see that, but does that not look beautiful? It looks, boom, empty, not empty, beautiful, empty. Beautiful. Yes, exactly. That's another reason you need this on your board. Just for the symmetry of everything. What do they call that? The feng shui? Yeah, the feng shui of your pedal board needs this in its life. Now, I'm going to stop this because we've yacked long enough. I've sold you, hey man, you need this. And if you're like, man, I got this, what can I do with it? Let's check it out. Welcome back to the show. Notice I'm still in my sock feet, not even my shoe feet. So when I say welcome back, I haven't even gone anywhere. Okay, now let's start with the very basic simples. I'm gonna go over my signal chain with you. So I'm gonna go from my guitar, plugged in here. We're gonna go into my Boss EQ pedal. Then I go into a delay pedal, into a reverb pedal. Then from the reverb pedal, we dive off of the pedal board down here onto the floor so you can see me stomping on it with my beatsers. We got the RC1 looper pedal. From my looper pedal, I'm going into my Fender Acoustasonic 30 acoustic amp, which I don't know if you can see that, but it's mic'd up back there with an 8KG 214. Going into my Universal Audio Panel Twin X, and then I'm using Apple's Logic Pro to record this. So, speaking of, before I forget again, because this is not take one, this is like take, 48, because I keep forgetting to hit the record button. And this is coffee right here, so I have no excuse other than to say, it's being an old ass fogey, man. I keep forgetting shit. So, damn, it's terrible. Okay, so while I'm here thinking about it, look at that. I'm hitting the record button. Let me make sure I got a signal. Okay, money in the bank, bank. All right, so now when I build a loop, let's start with just a simple 2-chord loop that I can practice my solos, noodle over, because unless you're Billy Joel and can afford to pay a guy like $100,000, who's seriously gonna sit there for 20 minutes and strum 2 chords while you practice noodle? No one. Like nobody, dude. Except your looper pedal. That's why it's your best friend next to your dog, which is, my dogs are usually here. I don't know where they're at. So anyway, now when I build a loop, I want really no effects on there. I have my EQ on because that's just on all the time. But like if you have reverbs and delays and you're looping and you're building layers, it's just layer upon layer of reverb upon delay, and then it's just craziness. It becomes a soup of insanity. So I try to keep all my effects off unless it's like a delay that has a specific pattern to it, then okay, whatever. But I really want to keep my my layers as clean as possible. So let's start again, just a 2-chord. Let's do G and C. So as I engage the pedal, as I hit it, it's going to start recording. So with my first chord, I want to engage that pedal. So let's do it. And I always finish with that last strum, but I already hit it, you know, to shut it off as it starts. But that way it just kind of gives it that a smoother transition. 3, 2. See how smooth that was? Yay! First take, baby. Okay, now let's add some reverb and delay, and now you can noodle away to your heart's content. And there you go, just that quick. You had 2 chords looping and soloing away, and no band to be like, oh my God, are you done soloing yet? Heck no, you can solo all night, baby. Now, let me erase that. By holding the pedal down, it'll erase that. Now, what I have absolutely not mastered the art of, I can't even claim to be I can't even be amateur. I'm below, I suck at it. That's where I am at it. And that's making drum sounds with my acoustic guitar. I don't know, I gotta work on that. That whole percussion thing blows my noodle. Like cats like Mike Dawes, if you're not hip to that dude, go watch his Van Halen where he did Jump. That's not even really any drum stuff. That'll just melt your brain there. And then from there, if you want to erase the rest of your brain, go ahead and watch the rest of his shit. But cats like him, Andy McKee, with all that stuff, it'll melt your noodle. But what I can do half-assedly is make a passable bass drum sound. Now, for that, I do use a plate reverb, because otherwise, a bass drum. Now, add the reverb. Yeah, okay, got that out of my system. Now, so let's do a an 8. Let's do a 16. B. Okay, so we're gonna layer. So I'm gonna have my plate reverb on. I'm gonna start with a bass drum. So we're gonna go. Got my drummer. Now, say you want to use that for a verse. Don't steal my shiznit. But you could just have that going as you're, coming up with verses. Or say you want that to be your solo part. That's where you could come up with, little. Okay, whatever. But those are just a few examples of how easy it is, man, to incorporate this into your guitar life, and it's going to improve. It's going to improve you in so many ways with your timing, because you're going to be in and out of, having to do that loop. It's going to take you a few times. Don't get frustrated with it. Kick it across the room like I've never done. I swear to you, I have not broke any of these, not once. But, so I'm not speaking from experience when I tell you, don't kick these things across the room, even though they're made of metal. So, because they'll break the freaking tile in your kitchen floor. Again, I'm not speaking from experience. But anyway, you're going to be frustrated a couple times. You're going to be like, possibly. But there's no really learning curve to it, because it's just hitting the pedal, stop, on, off, erase is a couple. Each one's going to be slightly, maybe a little bit different. But I really love this Boss RC1, because it really is, this is so simple. Hit it once, hit it twice, on, off. If I want to layer, if I want to delete a layer, whatever, you can read the instructions. It's like a paragraph long. It'll take you literally 10 minutes to figure this pedal out inside and out. Maybe a half an hour at the tops. 10 minutes to half an hour, depends. If you're like super smart, it'll probably take you 30 seconds. If you're slow bus smart like me, it'll take you about 2 weeks. But I'm just kidding. But it's super easy. It's a great tool. And again, man, I would encourage you to get one. Anybody who tells you otherwise is negativity that you don't need in your life. And on that note, as always, if you dig it, please subscribe.